Yo, Big Gerorge Foreman said after the Dominic Breazeale knockout by Deontay Wilder, he said he ran and hid from Deontay Wilder after that scary knockout. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest unboxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chat channel, donation, Venmo donation, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, Big Gerorge Foreman, heavyweight history. He just talked about the Wilder fight. This is a verified Twitter account, and TMZ caught up with him, and this is what he said. He said, I was asked by TMZ this morning what I thought of the Deontay Wilder match on the weekend that was on Showtime. Wilder punched Dominic Breazeale so hard, I closed my mouth and I ran under the bed for fear he'd come after me. They're his words. He said, man, I just closed my mouth and ran. So obviously he's being jovial and joking and whatnot, but this is a big thing for Deontay Wilder. He's finally reaching that echelon. He won 2 sports Emmys, and now you have a Hall of Famer and a Hall of Fame puncher at heavyweight who's basically giving you your props. That's big, because Gerorge Foreman in the past, Mike Tyson, along with some of the other heavyweights of the past, they seem to kind of say some almost weird things in certain interviews, like when asked about Mayweather Pacquiao and stuff. Just, I don't want to go too far into it, but I haven't seen the support, especially for like guys like Deontay Wilder and some of the new generational fighters. You haven't seen like all the support. So that's big, that's a huge cosign, because Gerorge Foreman is an all-time GOAT and definitely a huge puncher himself, and then you look at CBS Sports, this particular punch garnered 10.3 million views, 10.3 million views on CBS, and that's just one particular tweet. 10.3 million, that's a lot of traction. And other than that, like I said, Deontay Wilder is winning sports Emmys. Now it just shows you people are paying attention. Now people like Gerorge Foreman are adding their 2 cents and obviously seen it. And that's a big praise, because like I said, Gerorge Foreman is one of my favorite heavyweights of all time. Definitely the man, and his power was godly. Gerorge Foreman to this day will fuck people up. You could see his hand looked like a baseball mitt. He was denting heavy bags when he was punching. That's why a lot of people said Ali was crazy for even fighting him. So it's really starting to blow up here for Deontay Wilder. And how I know for a fact to this day, how I know it's blowing up for him, is because if you really think about this, the Breazeale knockout was bad for sure. It was definitely a top knockout for this year, but it's not even Wilder's craziest knockout. But it just so happens that all eyes are on Deontay Wilder, especially coming off of the Tyson Fury fight that a lot of people watched and a lot of people talk about. People were checking for this one, you know what I'm saying? But if you look at it, Spilka and Sergey Lakovic, those to me were worse knockouts than this, because Dominic Breazeale was fucked up for sure, but he at least stood to his feet and tried to make it do what it do. Spilka simply didn't get up and was let out on a stretcher. So everything's just clicking for Deontay Wilder. His star power is growing. The legend is growing. I do think Deontay Wilder, he's seriously got to be considered one of the biggest punchers in the history of the sport. People always talk about he lacks this, his legs, his lacking technique and shit. Fuck all that. If you got power like that, you could change things. If you got the heart that he showed, and you got his height and frame and athleticism, then you're always in the fight, because that's the type of power that you can't buy that. Gerald Miller was taking all types of stuff and still wouldn't have been as hard a puncher as Deontay Wilder. you know, that's just the nature of it. You could take steroids, and that doesn't make you like a harder puncher. If anything, that'll give, you know, that'll maybe amplify what's already there, right? And give you conditioning and stamina to go over and do more reps, repetition, recover faster, muscles to recover faster, help with muscle memory, and reduce fatigue, stuff like that. But what Wilder has is definitely God gifted. He looks good at this weight too, you know, a little bit bigger than he was in his past 2 fights, and he put the world on notice. He really put the world on notice with that knockout. People are still talking about it to this day. You know, people are talking about the knockout. Good times for him, you know. But I was really happy to see Gerorge Foreman share his 2 cents. Just shows that he's paying attention, and that he, you know, you got to look. I don't really get starstruck and stuff like that, but like the people like celebrities that I probably would be starstruck with are dead, most of them. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that are really, like, I would have to like check myself, like, oh shit, I really just met this person. So I don't really get starstruck, but it's good because a lot of people, they do think like that, you know. A lot of people hearing Gerorge Foreman give the praise, it opens the levees and the floodgates where people are like, okay, it's cool for me to give Wilder his props now too, because, you know, a legend like Foreman is doing it, you know. And I think Wilder has been, they tried to give Wilder a short end of the stick for so long. I think he's a good dude. He's definitely entertaining, fun. He's a knockout artist. The world loves knockouts and stuff, and it's just blowing up for him. So I'm happy because I feel like new media definitely played a part in helping the man get seen and get exposure and get respect, and that's what I'm here for. You know, he was on the show Billions on Showtime. He just won 2 sports Emmys. He's getting praised by Gerorge Foreman, who's, you know, jovially saying that he hid after Wilder because that power is something else. Joe Rogan, Conor McGregor, they're talking about it. You don't see Joe Rogan and Conor McGregor talk about every fight, you know, when the Charlos fight or whoever else. So it shows you Deontay Wilder's the anointed one, and he's putting on for America. He got the Everlast sponsorship, got his own clothing lines. It's really starting to take off. So I'm happy. Shout out to Big George for that. My mom met Gerorge Foreman. She got a picture of him. He was in Sacramento at the Capitol. My mom used to work at the Capitol. So let me know what you guys think. That's what Gerorge Foreman said. I'll look for the TMZ actual interview. I just seen the tweet and decided to make a quick video on it. Let me know what you guys think, but he's definitely, Wilder's gaining some traction here. Obviously the Joshua fight would be huge. Joshua has to beat Ruiz, but we'll see. You know, Joshua's showing his boxing gym, like his MTV cribs and stuff. I did a video about that. We'll see how it all plays out. Drop your thoughts in the comment section, and we out.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.